So what was it that you saw the need for that too, that you're reaching outside of interviewing nurses to other people, and what kind of people are you interviewing?
Let's see. I have just recently interviewed a fire chief. So this came to be because after a while, some of my listeners and some of my guests have said, I challenge you to talk to folks who are not in nursing, and maybe they're in healthcare in some capacity, but they're not nurses.
Hmm.
And honestly, this idea, it never occurred to me because I thought, again, I kind of tend to put myself in a box and I say, well, this is a nursing podcast. So I only have to talk about nursing or nurses.
And you forgot the nurse that makes it a nursing podcast, no matter who you're talking to.
Yeah. So, at others' requests, I have said, this is an interesting concept. I will see about this. So I interviewed a social worker, and of course, social workers, they work with nurses. And I interviewed a fire chief because I, again, my view of a fire chief or a firefighter, first responder, we see them, right? They come into the hospital. They're usually in the emergency room bay, dropping off a patient, or we see them out in the community in some fashion. And but when when I decided to interview Charlie, man, I found so many
Mm.
similarities in the fire profession and in the nursing profession. Um, and so those were really kind of fun to sit there and go, oh yeah, we do that too, or oh yeah, that's happening in our administration too. They are working short staffed, and
Mm.
they are working on a very tight budget, and the people that hold the money are saying we don't have money for that. But then every year they vote themselves another raise, and so those kind of disparities and discrepancies that we're seeing, and these are people that save lives and keep our communities safe, and we're not giving them very much credit and very much to work with at all. And they're picking up a lot of extra shifts.
Mhm.
um, they're being told they have to do mandatory overtime,
Wow.
and firefighters are dying, really at a really high rate from cancer is one of
Sure.
the big killers of firefighters because of all the chemicals that they're exposed to,
Fumes. Yeah.
and the chronic sleeplessness, um, the change in their schedules, suicide. First responders see things that they can't unsee,
Yeah.
very similar to nurses. They suffer from a lot of PTSD. So it was just so interesting to find so many similarities. And I think that's what I've been finding in talking with these different professions.
you
That's
you
awesome.
get so you get all the commonalities, like nurses. The nursing profession isn't alone.